Coach, obviously we want to talk about the game, but probably have to talk about Eric Comrie becoming the all-time franchise winner in wins, with his 85th passing Corey Schneider. Maybe as someone who knows him as well as anybody in this organization, what can you say about Eric Comrie and what he's meant to you and the organization?
Well, we don't have enough time, Dave. He's been from day one, and I've known Eric for quite some years now. And he's just been a phenomenal person around the team. His work ethic is off the chart. He's a great teammate. He's got great leadership skills, and he's a great goalie. So he's meant a lot to this organization. I mean, the Moose have been around for quite some time now, going back Moose 1.0, and was quite a few good goalies in Winnipeg playing for the Moose over the time, and for him to be the all-time leader tells you quite a bit about his career and what he's done so far. And he's still a young guy, so it's amazing accomplishment. We're all very happy for him, and it's certainly well deserved.
Paul Maurice had said that one of the objectives when they send guys down to the Manitoba Moose was to get them work, keep them sharp. Well, I'm not so sure your team wanted to let Eric get too sharp today, only allowing 13 shots on net. So maybe speak to how good that your group played. I mean, this is, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's the first time you've had all 6-year defensemen be Jets draft picks. As far as I can remember, I don't think you've had an instance like that and the younger guys sprinkled with like an older guy like Nelson Nogier. But your group is just vibing right now. And I guess that's one of the things that you saw from today's game.
Yeah. Well, we play the right way, and foundation of this team is playing for each other and playing the right way. And it's the mindset is we're going to support each other offensively and defensively, and we're going to play fast, and we can adjust to any style of game. But today, there's some games where it's clicking, some other games where it's a little bit harder. You don't necessarily connect. Today, we were connecting offensively and defensively. I think the commitment that I've seen today again, and I'm not surprised, but it's always exciting to see a team play like they did today. The commitment that they have to play the right way and to back check hard and to support our defensemen and to support each other, to block shots and to keep it simple at times when there's nothing, and to make plays and have the confidence to make plays. We're moving in blocks of 5 offensively and defensively. We're driving the net. We're protecting the net front. That was a real good game from our part, from our guys. They've played extremely well, and they've did that Eric Comrie attitude, and for him to be around, they all knew what that game meant for him, and I think that was an even extra motivation for them to give a little bit more.
And one of the players who hasn't played a lot, you had Nelson Nogier in the lineup on Thursday. You had Dominic Toninato. He hadn't played in 9.5 months, I think, since the bubble with the Florida Panthers. And he gets in, and I said to Nogier the other day, how is it going to be that you're going to be able to rein yourself in? Are you going to be able to hold back? What did you see from those two guys over the last couple of games? And obviously, it's got to mean a lot for a guy. Well, I mean, Dominic Toninato said how much it meant just to be able to score, to be able to contribute, to be a hockey player again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's nothing like playing a hockey game and being put on the ice, and even more so when you're producing. That chemistry was pretty instant between the Perfetti and Dominic and Reichel on that line. They were really good on the wall. They were really good at defending. They were seeing each other offensively, but also they had good reads, defensive reads. But for Dominic and Nelson, for those two guys to play a hockey game and then to be involved. The first game is always hard when you haven't played in such a long time, but felt today they were more themselves. And I didn't mind their first game whatsoever. But for them to feel comfortable. And for Nelson, I mean, coming back here, it's almost like coming back home. He knows the players, he knows the system, he knows the coaches, he knows what we expect, he knows the standards, which are, we talk the same language, Jets and Moose. So, for him to come back here was just a matter of playing the game and getting his body back to a game pace. But for Dominic, it's new. Even though he practiced with the Jets and he's a real smart player, for him to play games and to be put in game situations, that was good. And after only 2 games, he's had already a big impact. He was on the wing today. First game, he was a center. He can play both and being really good at it. Strong on the puck, very smart, and very vocal on the bench. Him and Noje are very vocal on the bench. So that's that's a bonus for me. Those guys are great leaders.
I feel like it's getting a little bit redundant asking you about Cole Perfetti, but I mean, again, he has another good game. I mean, the growth from this young man seems remarkable. I mean, a goal, 2 assists. To your point, it's not just about the points he's putting up, but he's playing responsibly defensively as well, I think. So I feel like I said, I don't know what I can ask you about him, because it just seems like the same thing over and over again. But do you just keep seeing more and more growth from him and more understanding and really the game not slowing down in a disrespectful fashion, but just it's coming to him in a better, more clear fashion than it did early on?
Yes, absolutely. I think, you know what, your instinct doesn't lie. When he first got here, he was a young prospect and almost like a junior player with a lot of skills that is given a chance. And after 25 games, he looks like a bona fide AHL player. And that's a growth that I've seen so far, because he's very smart and he's coachable. When you talk to him about something, maybe a route, maybe a little mistake here and there, or maybe a play could have done differently, he registers the information and he applies right away on the ice, and that's quite the quality. On top of the skills, he's making plays. I mean, his points are not just pure luck, because he's got some skills and he's shooting the puck. He's making plays. The last game, his goal was very impressive to me. He drove that D on the outside and drove the back post with a lot of speed, and that's a dangerous area. Not many players are willing to go there with that speed off the rush. You see that from power forwards most of the time, but for him to make that play tells me that he's playing with no fear and a lot of confidence. And today, the little plays he make on the goals, like the 2 passes to Dominic, like those plays are extremely well done. And he sees the plays before he gets the puck, because he's gathering the information around him. He's a very good player. And at the end of the day, I don't really care about the age of the players. Are you working hard? Are you bringing something to the table? And are you being a good teammate? And he's checking all the boxes.
And last one for me, but just, we talk about hockey, playing hockey is a, it's a job, it's a business, but it can be fun. And when you're winning, the teams are having fun. Players like to win. Coaches love to win. You're a competitive guy. What does it mean for your team now to have won 5 straight games? The fact is, like you said, team is playing like 5-man unit. It's a team game. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing a total collective buy-in from this guy. So are you guys having a lot of fun right now on the bench in practice because of the environment, because of that winning sort of culture you've created over the last little stretch here?
We have a lot of fun, man. And it's everything. It's just being extremely privileged to work in this hard time for everyone on the planet. So having the chance to come to the rink and coach a hockey team, and for the players to play a game because the organization thought it was an important investment in them, and the work ethic that those guys bring on a daily basis, the fact that yes, we're winning, but we're not winning by, because we have 1 or 2 guys that are exceptional at this level. We're winning the games with the team playing the right way. The guys are buying into what we're trying to do, and I really don't believe there's a perfect system, Dave. I really don't. I think once everybody's on the same page, it becomes a pretty solid system. So the guys are all on the same page. We understand each other. They understand the standards. They understand what we're trying to do, and then they go out there and they just do it and they have fun. And that's when you're coaching a hockey team and your team is having fun, working hard, and they have some success, and then they just keep pushing, and they don't become casual. They just keep pushing themselves. That's amazing. So, and the staff that we have here, from top to bottom, management, assistant coaches, medical staff, we have great people. So it's I'm just disappointed the fans are not here in the building, being able to watch the growth and the way the guys are playing, because it's I can't put a number on the level of fun that we have, but we have a lot of fun. And the other thing that you could question is why would you do that? There's no playoffs, there's no carrot at the end, and they don't care. They just want to play the right way for each other. So it's been amazing. It's been an amazing year so far.